People who are curious about inner child or reparenting work, but you kind of see it as a bit woo-woo, or you can't seem to find the benefit of it, please watch this video, because just give me a few minutes and I'm going to explain the key to getting the best results from inner child and reparenting work, and why showing up for ourselves is the healing work that we need to thrive. Let me know in the comments if you find this video helpful, and I would be happy to give you my promise to myself exercise, which is really beneficial if you want to do this, if you're at this stage or you're curious or you want to start doing this kind of work, and you can complete that at home and it'll support your development. Hello, I am Terry Lee Shield. I'm host at Love School. I use my 12 years of personal experience, my research, and all the experiments I have done to support natural holistic recovery. And I do that through sharing life design tools and shadow work skills. And in these videos, I provide insights into the foundations of understanding inner child and reparenting shadow work. So keep watching to learn the key healing that is involved in doing this inner child work. So, what is the point of all of this? Dragging up the past, dealing with all these emotions, reparenting myself. All sounds a bit quacky, yeah? Well, to some people it does. I find it fascinating. But the whole point of it is that very often the way we behave, the way we see the world, our way we present to the world was all created as we were children when we were developing, and we have much less experience, understanding, ability, and power as children as we do as adults. And the difference between being a child and adult is that an adult is accountable for their actions and they're responsible for themselves. So the key to inner child healing, the point of reparenting, is to be accountable and be responsible, especially in the ways that you perceive that your parents or caregivers potentially weren't. So the whole process involves building trust. It's the child part of you, the ego part of you, the vulnerable parts of you, building trust with your higher self, your adult self, how you are now showing up and presenting in the world. And the only way that happens, we can do all this work in the mind, we can do all this work on our integrity, on our soul, and what it all means to us to live, have all this conceptual idea, but the only way the healing happens is when we follow through. When we actually change our behavior, when we actually stick to the commitments we make, when we actually follow and operate and work within our integrity, when we do all the things we tell that inner child that we're going to do, or that they expect or want us to do, that they want to be able to do for themselves. Because obviously the child is still part of ourselves, and it's part of ourselves that wants to grow and wants to be this certain person in the world. Obviously, our adult self has to accept that we're still human and we have limitations, but it is still realistic to be accountable and be responsible. And the point of doing all this is to be able to, as the adult who is responsible for ourselves and accountable for all the choices that we make minute after minute, is that we're able to successfully nurture and soothe ourselves, successfully encourage and motivate ourselves to operate within realistic limitations, within our boundaries. And then if we can't do that, that we learn the skills or change our behavior or adapt our environment so we can, in the best way we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as we are showing up and trying and making changes and making a difference and building that inner trust, the healing happens. And that's the key to it all. Essentially, we need to live as the adult that we admire. We need to be the person that we respect. especially the version of that our inner child would love to be and become and thrive as. So let me know what you think, especially if you were a bit dubious or a bit skeptical about this whole thing before this video. Let me know if this has kind of changed your mind a little bit, helped you understand it. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. And if you want to try this promise to myself exercise, let me know and I'll send you a link. You can have that. It's absolutely fine. Thanks for watching this video and look out for me in the next one. Bye.